I don't know about this camera being over here.
You just don't look at it.
It don't look. Yeah, but I got to.
Why? You don't
I
have to.
just feel like I need to.
You don't need to.
I feel like I need to.
Bro, it's been a long day.
Has it?
Every day's like a long day. So
What have you been doing?
just with baseball and excavating, and it's always something.
I ain't done jack shit today. I've
It's
done
always
nothing.
something.
I ain't done nothing.
Run. I mean, just like now, look, we was running a little late because Leroy had baseball.
All day. I ain't done jack shit.
He was waiting, wasn't he? Chomping at the bit.
I've just been waiting all day.
Look, I did bring me a mint.
Yo, Jamie Prowse, what happening?
Oh, Prowsing. I got these from Apple City, bro. This is mango. This one ain't bad.
I like it.
It ain't bad.
I seen some Apple City stuff today that they posted. I thought was pretty good.
It ain't bad.
We're just hanging out for a minute, just giving it a couple minutes before we go. Well, we're already live, but before we start recording the show.
Before we dive right in.
Dive right in. I don't know about this. Yo!
I like it.
Can't do that.
What you got in the cup, Prime?
Just water.
Just water.
I got Prime.
I seen you did mix it.
That's what
I did
this
see
is.
that. Oh, is it?
That's what this is.
Really?
Yeah, it was actually really good. It was.
Where did you
really-
get the little single shots at?
Air fryer steak was not bad.
It's not. Air fryer steak's not bad.
But have you tried the Levi one with the macaroni and cheese powder on the steak?
No,
I can't. I haven't tried that yet. I am going to do it one time.
I could do it. I could do it. But then you got to waste the whole thing of mac and cheese.
That's true. That's true. I forgot I wanted to add something on here. Just give it a minute here, boys and girls, and then we'll.
Den's worried.
start.
He thinks it's gonna be a long episode.
I really think this might be a long show. I'm going to try not to make it long. I'm going to try like hell. But when we get to the goats of every franchise, oh man, I just think that might be long.
Yeah, because we'll talk about other players as well.
And I plan on trying, like I know some people hate it, but at the end of the show, I'm going to try to hit on a little bit of wrestling. So I'm going to try to hit on a little bit of that because it's a big week. Big weekend.
Oh, Prowse House. What you saying there?
Hot Dijon Doritos at Walmart. Huh. I don't like mustard.
I like mustard on steak.
I don't like mustard. What?
Yeah.
Mustard on
Like making it.
I don't even want you to
Like
say
as a
that anymore
binder.
because I feel like that mustard on steak.
It's like a binder. It holds your seasonings in. You put it before you cook it. It's
I
like
can't
with
fucking-
mayonnaise as well.
Yeah, see, I know mustard like when you smoke like meat and stuff,
Yeah.
but I've never heard of anybody putting it
good.
on steak.
It's good.
I've never heard of that before.
It's good.
Wild.
Wow.
Hey, did you look and see if we're live on YouTube?
I didn't. I can't.
Go ahead and check that out. Make sure before we start recording the show. How we all doing out there? I think we got like 5 people watching right now. Thanks, guys, for jumping on. It's going to
We
be
are
a
live.
good show, I hope. Look at this new Real and Raw merch shirt. Real and Raw cup available. What up, Barker? He's watching. He says
we are good.
He's on top of everything.
Like always.
He's on top of it all.
Like last weekend.
Yeah. I hope he shows up again later in the
Oh,
fucking.
rascal.
I hope he shows up in that Hugh Hefner robe again later.
Oh, rascal him.
Where's my wife at? Why ain't she on here yet?
She busy. Remember, she just getting home, getting settled in.
Yeah, it's probably right. Oh, I forgot about that. You think we should start? You good? You ready to go? You want to wait a couple more minutes?
What time?
It's let's wait 2 more minutes. Start at 8:50.
Okay.
8:50.
Dennis Church says pretty good.
What up, Dennis Church? Didn't Dennis Church ask a wrestling question last week? Dennis Church, are you a wrestling fan? I'm pretty sure
Someone started it.
I think it was him.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure it might have been Dennis Church last week that asked me a wrestling question.
Oh, Dennis Church.
This week we're going to...
Big Cleveland Brown fan.
Don't worry, it's going to be at the end of the. Yeah, I thought so. At the
Big
end
Cleveland
of
Brown
the show, I'm going to hit on some wrestling because it's a big week in the wrestling world. Hunter Brown's on. Show can
About
start.
past his bedtime.
It's about past Hunter's bedtime. He's probably going to miss half the show. He's going to have to come back and watch
Hey,
it later.
Hunter Brown's on one. Let's get it. Frederick there. Damn, look at that. Damn Cubs.
Look at that, baby. I got 3 of these left. 3 of these Real and Raw cups left. Shirts
Can be
boom.
shipped to your door.
Boom. You think you like this? My wife hasn't even seen this yet. What do you think about that? My other podcast, if you don't know, me and my wife, Married Without Children. She's going to love that cup when she sees it. She ain't even seen
That's
it
a
yet.
little Easter egg surprise there.
Little Easter egg surprise. We're going to see if she even notices it sitting on the fucking table. Let's rip into this episode. You ready?
We should have brought something to rip.
It's 8:49. Let's wait one more minute.
One more minute.
One more minute and we go. It's go time. It's go time. Go time. We're a little late tonight. We thought it was going to be earlier, but
Yeah, Leroy.
Leroy's baseball game.
Damn,
ran
Leroy.
A little baseball game action ran a little over.
Damn, Leroy.
It's all right.
Did buy him new catcher gear and stuff today.
Oh, Ma noticed. Oh, Ma
Is that
noticed.
my face on cup. I
Look
don't
at
know.
that.
It might be.
Look at that, Ma.
It might be. Rumor is it might be.
Look at that. How was y'all's night? We're fantastic.
It's been long, Hunter.
It's 8:50. Let's go.
It's been long.
Are you ready? Pre-game cough out. You ready?
I'm ready.
Yo! I'm Den Carter,
Jeffrey Denny.
and this is the Real and Raw Sports Podcast. Live once again.
Ooh, I like
Back
it.
Row Studios. The studio.
Gee,
Back
oh,
row.
Mom's cussing.
Mom's cussing
She's
already.
cussing
Jeez,
already.
already.
Wow.
All right, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We got a lot. I think it's going to be a long show. I'm going to try not to make it long.
Let's
but
get it.
Let's dive right in. Starting off, we got to start off with it. NBA playoffs.
True.
Your boy swept.
It's all right. He had a good game.
Well, he had a good half.
He played well.
He did play well. He played well. I could not say anything bad about LeBron the other night in the first half. They had 31 in the first half. Dude killed it. Had 21, I think, in the first quarter.
Yeah.
He looked great. He really did. He played great.
38-year-old LeBron.
But then he was 30. Then he showed he was 38 years old and had 3 points in the fourth quarter.
I don't think he said a minute.
He didn't. He played the whole game.
Yeah.
Played the whole fucking game.
38 years old.
38 years old. Played the whole game. Let's just be honest, though. Nobody else could really do anything. Denver's loaded.
And let me tell you, Denver's on one.
Denver's
hot.
Denver, like I said on our last show, Denver, I don't watch a lot of Denver Nuggets because they're on too late.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that. It's too late. I can't stay up for that, so I don't get to see a lot of Denver Nugget basketball. But I've watched them a few times in the playoffs. They're fucking good, man. Joker, obviously, everybody knows Joker is great. I mean, the guy's won two MVPs. Should have probably been 3. He's bet, and I thought that Embiid should have won this MVP. But
Because it's close.
Embiid disappears, man.
He does.
Embiid disappears.
Embiid's streaky.
Joker is not.
He's consistent.
He did it again, man. That one fucking the other night, he just throws it up. It looked like King Tilly shooting a 3. And
They
he
said they're
nailed
good.
it.
King Tilly says he's good.
Yeah, you believe that?
No, I don't believe that.
I don't either. I don't believe that at all. But so the Lakers get swept, and now the Nuggets are just sitting there chilling, getting rest, waiting on the East to finish. LeBron comes out and he says that he's got some thinking to do. Retirement could be in his future. Do you think that there's any chance at all LeBron retires?
I mean, this one stings.
Oh, it stings.
But
at the same time, I don't even think they should have been where they were at.
I mean, they shouldn't. I mean, this was a team rebuilt after the trade deadline. You know, I mean, this team had the best record after the trade deadline.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a couple pieces. D'Angelo Russell, it's like, where does he go?
He gone.
You know, I mean, the kid's so streaky. And
He gone.
And I fought for him a few times. Like, dude, he can play, but it's
can.
like
He's-
at times he scores 4 or 5 points way too many times.
Up and
So,
down, up and down, up and down.
I mean, Hachimura, I think, plays well. I'd like to keep him. Reeves, I'd like to keep him.
Reeves ain't going nowhere.
But does LeBron stay there?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean,
LeBron's not going
does,
nowhere.
Does Davis hang out? I don't know.
That's the thing with me. Like, they say that they want Kyrie, and I think Kyrie wants to be there. It seems like he's all
Did
their
you see the new
games.
name floating around?
No.
Trey Young.
Yeah, I did see that. I seen an awful trade offer.
Probably zero chance.
I seen an awful trade offer. It was Who Says No, and it was Trey Young for D'Angelo Russell, 2 first-round picks, and somebody else. And I'm like, That's easy. The Hawks say no. Why would the Hawks accept that? It was awful. I don't see. I don't. I could see Trey going, but I don't think it's L.A. Anthony Davis is the one to think about, though. I don't know. He shows up, but it's like he seems like he's a 50-year-old man.
At times it does.
One day he blows it up, and the next thing he sucks.
But I mean, then again, he didn't get beat by a nobody.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Well, yeah.
I mean, and he had a good playoff
He
run.
had a
you
good
know what I mean?
game. I mean, he had a good series.
And he
They
did.
just want him to score 40 every
Yeah,
game, and
and
he
he
just ain't
can't.
going to do that.
No, and I mean, he had the most blocks I think in the playoffs. So I mean, I think he
I'm
going
going
to
to tell you, because they say that Kyrie is possible, but they say it would be difficult.
I don't think so.
Well, they say it would be difficult, and him and LeBron are homies. They like each other. So
Yeah, but-
if they want to bring Kyrie in, easy, I don't know, like you got to figure out all this shit. But you know what the easiest trade is? And like I said, I don't know if they want to move AD. But figure out how to send Anthony Davis to Dallas for Kyrie
Oh
Irving.
God, but could you imagine Anthony Davis with Luka?
Yeah, that's what Dallas needs is someone to play defense. And I mean, I know AD is always
Yeah.
hurt,
And he wouldn't need to score all the time.
but he doesn't need to score there, and it takes pressure off of him.
It's
playing with
crazy
Luka.
because it's like what AD comes up because sometimes the kid can play aggressive and he gets mad and
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and he's slamming the ball, but then sometimes it's like, what the hell is he doing? You know what I mean? And I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't think there's any chance that LeBron retires though. But at the same, no chance he retires. No chance. He still wants to play with his kid. I like what he said though the other night. He's like, my dream of playing with my kid doesn't necessarily mean that that's his
Yeah.
goal. So if Bronny says, "Hey, pump the brakes, Dad. I don't really want to play. I don't really want to play with you and be in your shadow." Maybe he doesn't. I don't think that's how it's going to work out. I think LeBron goes back to the Lakers next year. Then he goes wherever the fuck drafts LeBron. That's what I think. Anything else on your boy LeBron?
I don't think so.
Celtics Heat. 3-0 Heat.
Jimmy Butler.
I honestly thought that it was going to be a fucking sweep, and it blows me away. It just blows me a fucking way, man. It just blows me away that the Heat are doing this with their fucking roster that they have.
I know.
I don't even remember the guy's
did you
name.
Did you like the Jimmy timeout?
The timeout was nice.
Jimmy.
Everybody likes Jimmy. I like
Yeah.
Jimmy.
You poked
when
the bear,
look,
bro.
When you,
You
look
poked
at
the bear.
when you look at those two teams, the Heat shouldn't even be in this series.
They shouldn't.
And it's fucking 3-1. So Boston comes out and they played well last night. They were down early. They came back, won by like what, 16, 17 points, something like that.
It's not over.
It's not
It's not
over.
over.
It's not 150 times, I think it was. Teams have been down 0-3
It's not over.
and they've never come back to do it. I don't think it's over,
And
man.
I don't think it's over.
Like they said, don't let us win one.
Yep.
And they won one. If they go in and win the next one, and it's 3-2,
Then momentum swinging.
a little bit of sweat starting there. A
yep.
little bit of nerves creeping
And
in.
with Boston being so deep, that helps. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Jimmy's getting tired because, man, I'm playing. But Tatum can play one game and put up, or Jalen can play one game, or Smart can put up some points, or
I don't. Do you think it happens or no?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
You can never say never.
I think it's going to be Boston or Miami in 6. I think Boston wins one more, and then Miami
It sounds
finishes
reasonable.
it out.
Sounds reasonable.
I don't. It just. I don't know. I don't know what to.
It's hard to come back.
It
I
just,
mean-
like I said, it's 150 times.
Yeah.
It's never been done. But a bunch of the guys that it happened to were sitting in the fucking front row last night. Derek Jeter, Mariano Rivera. The last time when the Red Sox came back from down 3-0.
Woo!
Yeah! Yeah!
Why does that cupcake have a hole in it?
I love this. I wish you guys could see this.
He American pied that cupcake.
That's all right. I'll eat it. This man is dressed like Hugh Hefner right now. He's wearing nothing but a robe. Yeah! I love that.
Hey, what do I owe you for this? Nice.
Hey, thank you, Rainy Sunday Cupcake.
Nice.
I have this on until I heard you say it.
He looks like Austin Powers.
This is the real reason why we record in this studio.
Absolutely.
Because we get cupcakes. That's it. This is why we do it.
Nice.
All right, moving on. I didn't even tell you about this.
Hunter Brown, I'd like that.
Hunter LeBron to Philly. Are you? God, it'd be nice.
Especially if they kept Harden.
Yeah, but that ain't happening.
No.
Real quick, I want to hit on something baseball. I went to it's just real quick. I went to a lot of baseball games in my time, and I went to the Yankees-Reds game last Saturday. I have never seen a place react for someone like Aaron Judge. I have never seen everybody, Reds fans, Yankee fans took over the Red Stadium. It was more Yankee fans there than
Really?
Red. Oh, not close.
Wow.
It was a Yankee home game in Cincinnati. But anyway, every time Aaron Judge came up, there's a constant buzz and like people get on their feet and he's
Waiting for it.
waiting for it. Me and the usher that was standing right beside me, he's
Like the
talking
singer?
to me about it. No, the guy's showing people to their seat.
Oh, I got you.
Not Usher, Raymond Usher. I think his name's Raymond.
I don't know.
But I don't think I've never seen a reaction for somebody like Aaron Judge. Like there was just a buzz over the place every time he
But that's
walked
fun.
up to the plate.
That's a good feeling. You
It
know what I
was.
mean? Even if it ain't your team,
It
that's
was.
a good. It's
Everybody,
a good.
and it blows. He was 4 for 4 when we
Wow.
were there. 4 for 4. And it's like me and my buddy John Wall, I kept telling him, like, why do we keep fucking pitching to him? First base is open. Why do we
Yeah.
keep pitching to him? And we did, and he went 4 for 4. But every time he came up, everybody stood up. Just that constant buzz. He might be the most popular player I think I've ever seen at a Reds game.
I mean, if you're him though, I mean, would you go up to every team at bat and like, don't pitch to this guy?
Well, I mean, at some point you fucking need to question it.
You know what I mean? Especially if there's a guy or two on base. I
Oh,
mean, do
well.
you pitch to him?
The guy right after Anthony Rizzo killed us. He hit a fucking home run as soon as Judge hit one. Knocked in one the other day. He didn't homer, but Rizzo did. So it don't matter. But no, we kept pitching to Judge, and he made him pay. It was 4 for 4. And Yankees swept
It
us.
happens.
Yankees swept us. So I mean, that's all right. All right, that's all I want to talk about baseball. I
wasn't
just
bad.
wanted to hit on that real quick because, like I said, I've been to a lot of baseball games, and I've
You have.
never seen a place react like they did for Judge.
What's in the cup?
This is water. Now my backup drink, I do have a little Prime Ice Pop with a little Smirnoff Red, White, and Berry mix.
He's getting wired.
Delicious. I tried
getting
this the
wired.
other night on me and my wife's podcast, Married Without Children.
That's a nice cup.
Shameless plug. But yeah, it's delicious. Try it out. All right, let's get into the king. Football.
I love it.
Football time. Couple new rules. Well, not really rules. A couple of them's rules. The Thursday night flex. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They can now flex Thursday night games. At first, when I heard about that, I was kind of pissed off. I'm like, no, that's shitty. That's shitty for players. That's shitty for fans. But then I read more into it, and it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
They can only flex Thursday night games week 13 to 17.
Because it's far enough back to change.
And you have to give the teams a 28-day
Oh, that's
notice.
huge.
So that's what my
If you
thing.
can't adjust to that, come on.
That's what I said at first. When I first heard they could flex Thursday night games, I'm like, well, that's going to suck. Can you imagine 1 week they're like, oh, you're not playing Sunday next week.
So you got
You're
a month.
playing on fucking.
You have a
Yeah,
month.
you got a month to prepare.
And that's not bad because the
that's not
stadium and
bad.
everything can prepare.
Exactly. So it's not bad. And they can only flex the same team twice. So I didn't think that was too bad.
No, that's not bad.
And I think that's actually good because, let's be honest, Thursday night football, most of the time last year, they were fucking
Yeah,
terrible.
well, it sucks. I mean, but that's what makes it good near the end of like week 13. You know,
I hate Thursday night games anyway.
I like them.
See, I don't like them.
I like
and
'em.
eventually,
I wish football was every day.
eventually, I think it will be.
It should be.
Eventually, I think there will be a football game every night
Man,
of the
you
fucking
imagine
week.
how much
I don't like it.
gambling that schedule would be. That would be so hard.
I don't like it.
I like it. We've had some bad games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we do.
The Thursday
but,
night's
but it's
been
hard
bad.
to pick them. You know what I mean?
It
'Cause
really is.
If you predict a team, but injuries or just that some things don't. I mean, like Denver, they was probably on a lot of primetime games and stuff, and they shit to bed this year. But I mean, it is what it is. You can change it. You can adjust it.
I liked it.
But you never know. I mean, it's football. That's why they play. Sometimes the The underdogs upset them.
That's true. That's true. So that was the
50
first.
Cent said
That was the first.
underdogs on top.
That was the first thing. Kickoff rule. Did you see the kickoff rule?
I seen the kickoff rule.
Kickoff rule. Once again, man, I hate this. I hate this rule. I do hate this one. I like kickoff returns.
I like kickoff returns.
Kickoff returns are exciting. And I mean, let's be honest, the NFL is just trying to take it totally out of the game. They want safety first. We all know that. They're trying to take everything. They're trying to take kickoffs totally away. So if you fair catch a ball 25-yard line and in, you get start at the 25-yard line. So, I mean, that's everyone's
It
going to
goes
fair
either
catch.
way. Yeah, I mean,
Everyone's going to fair catch.
Yep. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? You're going to get the ball at the fucking 25-yard line.
Yep.
Well, not everybody.
No.
You know, some of them dogs, they'll fucking run it out.
There'll be a few. I mean, depending where they're at, you know what I mean? But starting
Stage
at the
of the game.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot
starting at the
depends.
25 though is big.
Oh yeah,
It's
absolutely.
big.
49ers rule, emergency quarterback. San Francisco 49ers
That's
rule.
all Philly.
So what do you think about that? Emergency quarterback. You can now dress a third quarterback and not have it count. What up, dude? And not have it count against your roster. But the only way they can play is if both quarterbacks get hurt.
I mean, okay, but why don't they just? Why didn't to simplify it? Why didn't they just put an extra man on the roster and say you had to have three
Well,
quarterbacks?
That's what I was thinking. Why not just, you got a 53-man roster, why not just
Yeah.
make it 54?
And you have to bring three quarterbacks.
But it's the same thing.
It is.
I mean, everybody's
It is.
gonna dress three quarterbacks now, obviously.
Yep.
But I like the rule. Like I said, I don't think it mattered. I think Philly would have still beat San Francisco, but San Francisco would have been nice if they would have had a quarterback.
I
I think that's why they signed Darnold, because they actually, which I'm not saying Darnold is an elite quarterback, but they actually have three quarterbacks now that you could actually throw in. And
But Darnold's not bad,
no, Darnold's not bad. By no means is he bad.
and you got a good team. All it takes is good playmaking,
Well, yeah.
good play calling, and a couple good decision
He
making.
can throw some balls, and you got McCaffrey and Debo and all them guys. So I thought those were all decent rules. Like I said, at first I wasn't sold on the Thursday night flex, but then when I looked into it more and I seen the 28-day notice and all that shit, that gives the fans plenty of time
It
to
does.
make up for everything.
Because it does suck too. I mean, because people have days off, and you know, I mean, it's not only the people playing the games are changing, but I mean, there's some people are taking a month or 2 months off ahead of vacation day because
Exactly.
I'm buying tickets to. I mean, for instance, next year Philly, I think it's week 2.
Week 2, you're going.
Yeah.
Are you going?
I don't know.
Are you fucking going? Or are you
I
still
don't
talking
know.
about
I'm
it?
still talking about it.
Grab your balls and order your fucking tickets and go.
It's just it's different. I mean, watching
What's
it at home at times is better than, you know what I mean, than go.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is great.
See, I can't say anything because I've never went to a Steelers game, but it's so good to go to games.
Yeah, it is. The atmosphere is fun.
The Florida State game we went to,
It's always been fun.
Exactly.
It's always been fun.
and we're going to go to Pittsburgh and see University of Pitt and Florida State this year.
It'd be awesome.
All right. I seen this. I forgot to tell you about this. Longest playoff droughts in the NFL. I'm going to tell you who these teams are. You tell me. I think this is easy, but honestly, I think several of these teams could actually make it this year. The Detroit Lions are have the longest drought in playoff drought in NFL right now.
To get there or to win? one?
Well, to get to the playoffs.
Okay.
12 years
Wow.
they haven't made the playoffs.
Yep.
I think that's the longest, and I really think they can do it. I really think I think the Lions are going to win the division this year.
And I think we both had them.
I'm pretty sure we do. Denver Broncos, second.
Another team.
7 years since they've made the playoffs. I picked Denver to make the playoffs this year. Now, I think it's going to be close. It's
gonna be tough.
I think it's going to be down to them and like 3 other teams fighting for
Chargers.
that 7 spot. I got Chargers win the division.
Shoot.
But the Broncos were the second longest team playoff drought. You know, I fucked up on this. Because I put the Lions on here twice. So I don't know who the actual third team is.
Oh, fuck.
But the Panthers and the Falcons.
shit.
The Panthers. Oh, I think I know. I think I know who that is. I don't know why I put
Texans?
the Lions. The Jets.
Jets.
The Jets, I believe, were the third with 6 years. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
Jeez.
what it is. So that's another team
That could
could possibly make it.
win the division.
Could win the division. Really could. Defense loaded, offensive weapons everywhere. It just depends on Rodgers. And then you got the Panthers and the Falcons both at 5 years not making the playoffs. The South is bad.
They are. They are.
The South is bad.
They are.
And every one of those teams made a
And
lot of moves, a lot of improvement.
They did. Carolina definitely.
And I mean, honestly, I think the Falcons made a lot of good moves. Like I said, I'm all aboard the Bijan train. Love him. But Drake London, I think he's going to have a good second year. Kyle Pitts has been fucking injured. Kyle Pitts has been hurt ever since he's been in the league.
I'm just waiting.
So we're waiting to see him. They made some good moves on defense. Traded for Okuda. Okuda was like a number 3 overall pick. I still think
he hasn't been led to anything yet.
AJ Terrell is a lockdown corner.
Yeah, they got the corner, so now he can help.
They signed Jesse Bates. I really think the Falcons are going. The whole South is open.
Really, the Falcons relies on Desmond Ridder.
It's all on Ridder.
I mean, really.
And honestly, I don't think
Because if he's okay, they're a middle of the pack, if not a little better team. You know what I mean? But if they play terrible.
How long do you give Ridder with Heineke? Because I like Heineke.
See, that's the thing, though.
Like, I don't think Heineke.
He's not, but it sucks because it's like he's good. And if Ridder plays a few bad games, Heineke can come out there and ball for 8 weeks in a row, but then it's like, well, it is Heineke.
And then he's going to suck.
Yeah.
He's like, to me, he's like Ryan
I think
Fitzpatrick.
you give Ridder the whole year.
You got to give Ridder.
I think the whole year. Unless he completely shits to bed, you give him the whole year. I do. And then if not, then you draft somebody because Heineke's not it.
Obviously, if Ridder don't pan out, then you're drafting. Heineke's not your long-term answer.
But that's what I'm saying. If you put Heineke
Falcons
in,
start out 1-5. You were still rolling with Ridder.
Yep, because you know it's not your year anyway. I mean, because Heineke wins you 7 games. Say he wins you 7 games and you barely make it into the playoffs, or you don't. Then you're middle of the pack and your draft's terrible.
I don't know. I think if they start out 1-5 and everybody's playing good other than Ridder, I think I'd have to give Heineke a shot.
I don't think so.
You brought him in. You signed him for a reason.
Yeah, but I think you signed him to maybe help Ridder.
I think Heineke is. I think he just reminds me of Fitzpatrick, man.
Yeah, and he is. He's a lot
come
like
in
him.
and he can sling it around and he can make some plays. He's not going to be your franchise fucking quarterback.
But that's what you're looking for. You know what I mean? So if
well, yeah, but if Ritter's not that, you got to wait till next year. But,
Yeah, but-
that division's awful. You can win fucking 8 games and win the division.
but you're going to go into playoffs and try to beat
Well, yeah.
everyone else with Heineke
If you can make it in the playoffs, you're going to take it.
for sure. But then you're middle of the pack drafting,
Well-
and you're not going to get your quarterback.
Well, yeah, you can tank, but nobody's.
I'm not saying tank. I'm just saying let him pan out.
Yeah, but coaches ain't going to do that.
I just think that's the smartest
You
decision.
seen fucking who's the fucking Texans coach that fucking last year went for 2? Went for 2.
that's crazy.
Went for 2. No, why? Why? He's like, I know I'm getting fired. We're going to go out and win this fucking game. I don't give a fuck if they get the number 1 pick or not. And he did. They went for 2, they got it, and the Texans lost the fucking number 1 pick.
I think every game you should go play to
Who
win.
the fuck was that?
You know what I mean?
Lovey?
I think you should. No,
it
I don't
Love?
think it was Lovey because he's been in college, right?
No, it wasn't Lovey.
Lovey's been in
It
college.
was Lovey. It was Lovey. Who was the Texans coach last year? Somebody, Hunter Brown. Who was
I
the
don't think it
Texans
was
coach?
Lovey.
I think it was
I
Lovey.
think Lovey's in like Big Ten coaching.
Someone look that up. Who's the fucking Houston Texans coach last year? I thought it was Lovey. I really did. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was Lovey. But yeah, I think the South's wide open. I picked the Panthers to win the division. Lovey. That's what I thought. I thought it was Lovey. I thought it was because he was coaching. He coached Illinois. And
I knew he was
then
in
he
the
went.
Big Ten.
He went and coached. He was like their. Then he went there to coach, and then he became their head coach. Yeah, I thought it was Lovey. All right, goats. We love to talk about goats.
Do we want to get a cupcake in before we dig into this? We probably should.
I'm always ready
We
for a
probably should.
cupcake. Rainy Sunday cupcake break.
You think
boys
Raj
and
is watching
girls.
us?
No, Raj ain't watching. Raj's probably not allowed to watch us.
You don't know Cardboard Heroes up there watching?
Get that baby open. Cupcake break. Rainy Sunday cupcake break. Lovey. I thought it was Lovey. I wonder what kind we got here. Ooh, these are the orange and pink.
They're mystery.
They're mystery.
I'll take this one.
You just hand me one.
Oh, okay. They got little butterflies on them.
I like it. Rainy Sunday cupcakes. If you guys have not had a rainy Sunday cupcake yet, I don't know. Number one, I don't know what you're waiting for because they're fantastic.
And some people probably had them the first time they had them was at the B-Dubs party.
Probably. We handed these babies out at our draft party.
Good choice.
Oh, they even got funfetti.
Is it good?
They're good.
Always good, isn't it?
Always good. A good cupcake.
Rainy Sunday cupcakes.
They're good.
Bomb.
Good cupcake. Now I gotta get a drink.
Water.
All right.
That was my first one. See, Church said it. They're good. They're good. We're showing the world these cupcakes. One bite at a time, baby.
On to the goats. So everybody loves to talk about goats. This person's a goat. That person's a goat. So I seen on Facebook, Twitter, was going around everywhere. There was a list of every team in the NFL, their all-time GOAT. Who's the best player? Who's the best player every franchise in the NFL? So we're like, let's do this ourselves.
And some of these too that I added on was like people maybe just to talk about that's not a GOAT maybe for that team, but people in my era that I remember that was fairly freaking good.
I'm gonna tell you, there's a couple on here that I obviously could not argue with, even though they were not in my time. It's like Jim Brown for the Browns.
Yeah.
Jim Brown's obviously the great, just passed away, what, last week? Jim Brown, obviously the greatest Cleveland Brown of all time. I don't watch Jim Brown play, but he's on the list. But so I added somebody else that I think was the greatest Brown in my time. So we'll get to that. We'll just go down the list. I think some of these is easy. Easy. We'll see how much me and you compare on these.
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals. I think this was an easy one.
Maybe.
No, this was easy. There was absolutely, like, as soon as I just started writing this list down,
Who you got?
there's only one choice for the Arizona Cardinals.
Number 11.
Number 11, Larry Fitzgerald.
Absolutely.
That was easy. That was
He's always been a homer. Never left. Never
class.
chasing. Yeah.
Just pure class on and off the field. Larry Goat. Easy. One of the easiest ones, I think.
And one of the best wide receivers that I've watched.
Absolutely. He was so good. Love Larry. Atlanta Falcons. This was one that I was totally different on.
This one might be different.
I bet it's not.
Really?
I bet it's not.
Really?
I bet it's not.
When you think of the Atlanta Falcons, who do you think of?
The list that I seen, they had Julio.
Oh, really?
And I thought that wasn't even in
You
my
want to
top
know the list
three.
that I seen who they had?
Who?
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan, to me, would be number 2. Matt Ryan would be number 2 on mine. To me, easy. Atlanta Falcons, best player of all time, prime time. Deion Sanders.
Nice. That's not who I had.
Who you got?
Mike Vick.
Jesus. Fucking
That's not a
Homer.
bad-
It's not bad.
That's not a bad choice.
It's not bad.
That's not a bad choice.
That's not bad. I can't give you too
I mean,
much
in
shit
his
over that.
time, you know what I mean? In his time, that dude balled out.
He did.
That dude balled out. He got in some trouble, you know what I
I
mean?
think, I can't give you too much shit over that. But yeah, I got
That's what I
Deion.
think of, you know what I mean?
I got Deion.
I think Mike Vick.
I get you. I mean, I got that.
Next, Baltimore Ravens.
You know who else would be high on my this
Vic,
church agrees
Vic.
with you. You know who else would be really high on my Falcons?
Who?
Jamal Anderson.
Yeah.
The running back. Because to me, Jamal took him to the Super Bowl.
Remember Roddy White?
Loved
He was a
Roddy
little
White.
baller, wasn't
Roddy
he?
White was a bad man.
He was.
But Jamal Anderson would be pretty high on that list for me. Ravens, another easy one. There's two, but to me,
There's a few.
There's two.
There's a few.
No.
Realistically,
No, Greg Covey. No, there's a lot. There's a hell of a lot of guys on the 49ers that I'll put over Deion.
yeah.
Cowboys too.
But
There's only 2 for the Ravens. In
I
my
think
opinion.
there's a few.
Really?
I really
Goats?
do. I do.
I go two.
Okay, who's your two?
Well, the goat, the goat
Ray
for
Lewis.
the Ray Lewis is,
Ray Lewis
is the
is
Ravens
one.
goat. Absolutely.
Who would you say two?
Ed Reed.
Ed Reed. And you know another one I would
And
think.
it has to be one of them too.
You know who's sneaky back there?
Who?
Justin Tucker.
You know what?
You know what I mean? I'm not
You know
wrong.
what? I just drafted a dynasty
I'm not wrong.
fantasy league, and I was the first in our draft to draft a kicker
Absolutely.
because I have Tucker every year because he's fucking automatic. I can't say that he's the GOAT over Ray and Ed.
And that's what I said. It's close. I
But-
don't see him over Ray for sure.
He's
not.
top 4
For sure.
all-time Baltimore
For sure.
Raven.
Absolutely.
I would probably put Jamal Lewis over him, but then I would probably put Tucker right there, right after Jamal.
Tucker probably scored more points than Jamal.
Probably. Kickers score a lot.
They do.
But
They do.
Jamal Lewis was a bad motherfucker, man.
He was.
2,000 yards. He was good. He was good. That was the first. He was the first jersey that we ever pulled in a Cut Above Sports.
Really?
Jamal Lewis.
Huh.
I still have it.
Really?
Dude sent it back to us after
That's
a year.
sweet.
He said, "You guys can keep this," and I can't hang it up because obviously I'm a Steelers fan, so I can't hang a fucking Ravens.
Eventually, I'll
jersey
put it on
up.
my side.
Yeah, we could do
I'll
that.
put it by Ray Lewis.
That's fine.
I got a Ray one.
That's true. We could do that. This one I had to think about. Buffalo Bills.
See, this is one
I'm
that-
interested. I was gonna say I'm interested in yours because you missed the Bills' great era.
And this is one that it's
like if you said Josh Allen, I would not be upset.
yeah, but you can't. You know what I mean?
That's
Because
how
of
I
what
feel.
I've seen and what I've heard, not what I watched live. But I mean, Bruce Smith. You know what I mean? And it's if it was like now recent. It would be hard not to put. I mean, you couldn't put Josh Allen because he ain't really done much. Yeah, he's good.
He
but,
hasn't.
You know what I mean? Hell, I like Willis McGahee.
Oh shit! I'm 100% with you. It's Bruce Smith. Bruce was unreal. I got
Now
Bruce.
this one.
To me.
Ooh, this one.
Carolina Panthers.
Carolina Panthers.
This is another one for me. Two people.
This one could be a few.
I disagree.
This one could be a few.
This is two more people, and I still don't know who. I have them both listed.
My boy's probably not even on there.
I will probably give it to Cam.
Nice.
I will
respect
give it.
that.
I love Cam.
I know.
I shit on Cam when you said that you think he could come back. No, he's done. He's done. But I loved Cam.
He's still better than at least one out of 32 quarterbacks.
No, not starters. Cam is not better than any starter in the NFL right now. He's awful. But Steve Smith is right fucking there.
And there's a couple more.
See,
that's
I got one more.
me too. Lou Kuechly.
Kuechly.
Yeah. And you know who, like, in a distance I see? Greg Olson.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he was there, you know what I mean?
I
And-
could see Olson.
But
I
I'm
could
not
see
saying he's
Olson
top.
being in the
Yeah.
discussion.
Yeah.
Because Olson was really fucking good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Cam, it's Steve Smith, it's one of them
Yeah.
two. I love Steve Smith. Steve Smith is one of my all-time favorite
And-
receivers.
and-
Little Julius
Oh, that's a good
Peppers,
one.
That's a good
That
one.
is a
Garth.
good one,
I
Garth.
wouldn't put him above them two, but that's.
I think I'd put him above Olson. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do. That's a good call, Garth. I like that. See, and that's why I like interacting with people because we
he would
forget
be-
people.
I think he would be right behind Kuechly.
I think so,
'Cause
too.
Peppers was really
I
fucking
think so,
good.
too. I really do.
Good. But yeah, I wouldn't put him over Cam or Steve Smith. Steve Smith was so good.
He was.
What was he, like 5'9"?
He was, and
he's
I-
like fucking
I-
5'9".
I loved his trash talk.
He was one of these times we're going to do trash talkers.
Yeah.
The best trash talkers
Yeah.
of all time.
I like it.
Do you know who I've been, not football related, but I've watched these so many times, and for some reason, they just been popping up on my TikTok all day today. I love hearing the old guys talk about Larry Bird trash talk.
Really?
They said Larry Bird was one of the greatest trash talkers of all time. They said Larry, he wasn't fast, he wasn't athletic. He would literally come down every fucking time, tell them exactly what he was going to do, and shoot it and knock it right in their fucking eye.
It's kind of like Dylan Brooks,
I was watching.
but he just don't make the shot.
I was watching John Sally, the old Pistons, the old 90s or 80s Pistons guys today. John Sally and Joe Dumars, all them guys, they were all talking about Larry Bird. and they were talking about how good of a trash talker he was. Chicago Bears. This is, like I was saying earlier, this is like the Browns.
Yep.
Walter Payton is obviously the greatest Chicago Bear of all time. But, I mean, I didn't really see too much Walter Payton. Like, I was playing with myself and G.I. Joes.
Wow.
I mean,
the Wang.
I'm just telling you. I was playing with myself, G.I. Joes, and Ninja Turtles, shit like that. I really didn't give a shit about Walter Payton. But I understand, and I know he's the greatest Chicago Bear of all time. But
Anyone else pop up?
my greatest Chicago Bear of all time that I seen during my time, Brian Urlacher.
Same. Absolutely. Urlacher was fun to watch.
Now you can talk about there's like other guys,
But he
There
was
a
one
lot.
of the
Mike
ones that really wasn't the
Singletary,
trash
all those
talker.
guys, yeah,
You know what I mean? Urlacher wasn't. He was a bowler.
Urlacher just
Mean
fucking-
business.
He's like Keekly,
Yep,
man.
mean
They
business.
were both. All they did was just go out there and ball.
Come out here to play football.
They were so fucking good.
My job is business.
This one I'm going to kind of surprise a little bit. Cincinnati Bengals.
I mean, if you want to go in time, like we talked about, you know what I mean? There's,
Anthony Munoz.
Yeah.
Anthony Munoz is arguably the greatest offensive lineman in the history of football. Arguably. I'm not saying he is, because there's a lot of really good fucking linemen.
That's a boring pig.
It is. I am willing to go out right now.
We like a little spice.
I'm wanting to sprinkle a little spice on there.
Me too.
And I'm willing to say already that Joe Burrow is the greatest Cincinnati Bengal of all time.
Yeah.
He's right. Yeah, I'm saying it right now. I'm saying it
So
right
that's
now.
who you got as one?
Well, I have Munoz
Yeah, besides him.
/ Burrow, number one. I'm willing to say it already. Burrow he's changed the whole fucking culture.
yeah,
You
but-
got people like Garth on here like talking shit every week because of Burrow. These guys have been hiding their fucking heads in closets for their whole existence.
shit, no,
their whole
no,
fucking
no.
life.
You know-
Chad Johnson's high.
That's what I
Chad
got.
Johnson's high.
I got Chad Ochocinco.
Chad
baby.
Johnson is high on my
I
list.
got Chad.
That is
Ocho.
another.
That is my one.
That is another Cincinnati Bengal guy that I loved his
Yeah,
whole career.
That is my one.
I remember. I was telling my wife the other day, Chad's crazy, man. He's
is.
so fun. I was telling my wife the other day. He was. I don't remember where they were at, but he tweeted. I don't know if you guys have Twitter. Follow Chad on Twitter because he's gold.
He's all over the place.
Wherever they were at the other night, he said, he tweeted, is there any family that would allow me to come in their home and watch the fight? We just got done with my daughter. I think it was a soccer game. He wanted to go to somebody's home and watch the fucking fight. And I'm guaranteeing that he went.
Oh, I guarantee you.
Because when he played for the Bengals, he would tweet all the time, can somebody come to Kentucky where they had training camp at and take him to McDonald's? And people would show up
Well,
and
yeah.
he would go with them
Yeah.
to fucking McDonald's. Chad is priceless. Chad is
one.
Chad is a natural. He's just
Numero uno.
He's great. I love Chad, but I'm taking Burrow. He's changed the whole fucking culture there.
Nope.
Like I said, they've got the fucking fans actually talking shit. These guys have had their
They was
heads
pretty
in their
good back
fucking
then, though.
No, they
They
were
was
okay.
pretty, yeah, they was pretty good.
They were okay, but like they're contenders now every year. I take Burrow number one, right behind Munoz. It's 1 and 1.5, man. It's 1 and 1.5 because, like I said, Munoz he's a beast. Cleveland Browns, just like the Chicago Bears to me. Jim Brown just passed away. He's obviously the greatest Cleveland Brown of all time. Who you got?
Jim Brown.
Do you have anybody else? Do you have anybody else? Anybody more in your age?
I mean, not really. I mean, they've went through a lot of okay players. You know, what I mean, there's really no one that stands out that can say
There's
close to Jim Brown.
one. No.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm not saying close to Jim Brown. I'm just saying there's Jim Brown. Dennis Church nailed it. My guy, the best Cleveland Brown of my era, Joe Thomas.
Yeah.
Dude, the fucking Iron Man.
Yeah.
Every week
You seen him lately?
yes.
Wow.
Dude, these offensive linemen, it's fucking crazy. They're like 300 pounds, and then when they retire, They fucking lose like all. No, Joe Hayden's not even in the fucking top 10. Garth, you come out with Julius Peppers and a home run, and then you say Joe Hayden.
You know who probably better? Jake Paul. Didn't they sign him to part of something?
Fucking Joe Hayden. Jesus, that's a bad one. Next. There's a lot of good ones here that you could go with. Dallas Cowboys. Your fucking Johnny Manziel.
Not Money Manziel.
Johnny.
You ain't wrong.
I seen a meme the other day that said I liked college football better when they paid the players under the table instead of this NIL shit.
And the Cowboys, you could go either way. I mean, everywhere was telling me Bob Lilly, but it's hard for me to pick a guy that I never watched play.
You know what? Another fun fact about my other group, Cut Above Sports. You know, Bob Lilly was the first jersey I ever pulled that I did not know who it
Really?
was. I had no clue who Bob Lilly was.
But in my time,
To me, this is easy. It's not easy, but to me, it's easy.
I'm looking at Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith,
I'm looking at Michael Irvin. I mean,
Troy.
yeah,
To me,
and Troy.
To me, it's Emmett or Troy, and I went with Emmett because Emmett was just.
On to the Broncos. Let's
Ice
ride.
Pop, Prime Ice Pop,
You like it?
and Red, White, and Berry Smirnoff. Woo! Boys, if you never tried that, do so.
Uh-oh.
Denver Broncos. To me, this was another easy one, obviously. I mean, some people might actually say Peyton, but John Elway.
John Elway.
John Elway is easy. Easy one, John Elway. Easy.
The Detroit Lions.
Raj Harder's
Oh,
Detroit
Raj.
Lions. There you go.
Is this hard to pick?
It's not hard.
But then again,
It's not hard, but I have two people listed. If somebody really honestly wanted to argue, both of these guys didn't fucking play longer as they should have.
Yep. Barry Sanders,
Barry Sanders, Megatron.
Megatron.
Barry Sanders Barry Sanders to me is the greatest running back that I
What about
personally
three? Would you have a
ever
three
seen.
off the top of your head?
Somebody I seen on Facebook today. It was it had the Lions logo, and it said you can't say Barry Sanders and Megatron. Who's the first Detroit Lions player you think of?
Stafford.
Stafford was my
Stafford was a dog.
Stafford was fucking good.
Stafford was a dog.
Stafford, he takes a beating, man, and he never fucking till last year.
Yeah.
He never fucking not played. He came out every week, man. He took a beating, and he never gave up. He was a dog.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like, this guy wasn't like nothing special, but if Megatron, Jeffrey Denny's nickname in flag football was Megatron, I like that.
He's not wrong.
My lion that I thought of was Herman Moore.
Why is your lion you're thinking of Herman Moore?
He good. He was good, man. Any Lions fans or older guys out there know Herman Moore? Herman Moore was good. Like, he wasn't like a Megatron good,
Yeah.
but Herman Moore was damn good. This one's interesting. Green Bay Packers. Which one?
Which one, new or old?
Which one? I feel like there's two choices here, and it's just.
I mean, to me, if I'm looking more not like, I'm not going to go Reese and say Aaron Rodgers, but I'm going to say like Brett Favre.
You take Favre over Rodgers?
I think so.
See, to me, that's the two.
I think so.
That's the two greatest Packers of all
think
time
so.
to me, Rodgers and
I
Favre.
mean, because like
and
you
I got
like what?
Rodgers.
You got Bart Starr,
Yeah, but
and not counting. Yeah, okay.
I can't say that.
Okay. Yeah, I think so.
I got Rodgers,
I think I got Favre, and I like Rodgers. I mean,
And I-
and everyone knows.
and
I mean,
I hate
I'm
them
bad always
both.
for him.
I hate them both. Reggie White, and trust me, Reggie White is to me he's down. He's
down. He's down on
a
the
couple.
belly board.
He's down a couple more on the list.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But,
if you
I mean-
want to say Reggie White, I have no problem with that. But to me, it's Favre Rogers.
And they
whatever
had some
one
good.
you-
They had some
whatever.
good players too in our time.
Oh,
I mean,
they
like
did.
Eddie Lacy was good for a little while. Donald Driver. You know what I mean?
Eddie fucking
Old Donald
Lacy.
Driver was fun to watch for
Eddie
a little
Lacy
while.
looked like me playing fucking running back.
That's what we used to call Brandon Wilson. Eddie Lacy when we handed him the ball off.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah, to me it's Favre or Rogers, and I took Rogers. But if you took Favre, that's fine. I mean, I don't have
Houston Texans.
no complaint.
I think this is a 1-2 as well.
Texans, I have J.J. Watt.
And that was my one.
But there's two more. There's two more, in my opinion, that if you said with the Texans they were the best Texan player of all time, would not complain, would not argue.
I got one for sure and one a little lower.
Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson's my one.
Andre Johnson was a fucking dog.
And who's your next lower one?
Arian Foster.
You know who my next one is, and now his career even circled back around.
Arian Foster was so
He was
fucking good.
He was.
I loved Arian Foster. Who?
D'Amico Ryans.
D'Amico was
You know what I
good?
mean? And now it's yeah. You know what I mean?
The circle of
And that's what I like
life.
because he was fun to watch.
And
he was a good
now
linebacker.
He's playing or
Now he's coaching.
for the Tech.
So I think that's a good pickup. You know, I mean, a good place for him to be. I mean, he's home. He knew all about that facility, and
I think it was.
he played some damn good football in his
I
years.
obviously thought it was easy, but the other ones,
I think this one's easy. Next one's easy.
this might be one of the easiest ones
Easiest.
there is. Indianapolis Colts.
Absolutely, and they was fun to watch growing
Reggie
up.
Wayne.
He's not a bad choice. Though.
Reggie Wayne was really good. He's not my choice.
What about Dallas Clark?
Dallas Clark was a dog.
Oh yeah,
This one was kind of easy.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, obviously. You know what I want to throw out there real
how
quick?
far is Andrew Luck though?
Andrew Luck makes me sad. Andrew Luck makes me sad, man. Like fucking, he could have been one of the best quarterbacks of all time, and they just couldn't protect him, and he just kept taking a beating, and finally he's like, "Fuck, I'm out, man.
I'm done.
I'm done. I'm done." But I don't think that he's not close to Peyton.
No, I agree.
But
I agree.
if he would have been able to keep playing, I think he would have been up there because Luck was good.
Harrison was good with him. I mean,
Oh man, Marvin Harrison,
Yeah.
dog. He
Dwight
fucking
Freeney,
dog. You know
Bob
what I want to
Sanders.
say?
They had some players.
I don't know if Barker's still watching. We'll say it kind of quiet. Last week we had he had the air conditioner off in here, and what did you say? What was it like last week being in here?
I don't even remember.
The Rhino.
Oh yeah, it was like being in like that Ace Ventura Rhino. It's like, God damn, I was about to dig out of ass. It's hotter than hell in this motherfucker.
So when we got here tonight, air conditioner was off.
Oh,
We're like,
shit.
dude, turn that.
I did. I
turn
felt
that
like
AC
if you guys
on.
seen that movie,
It's
if not,
so-
look it up on YouTube.
I'm so cold right now.
You're
and I
cold?
Love it. I'm froze, but I
Jesus.
love
You
it.
want me to turn it off?
No, God no.
Oh God.
All right, this one's tough. This one's tough to me. Jacksonville Jaguars, and it will end up being Trevor Lawrence. It's not, but it will end up being Trevor
Sheesh.
Lawrence. I mean, I'm just saying it. T-Law is going to be.
There's a couple
elite.
that when I think of the Jaguars that come to my head that some good players. You know what I mean? And I'll start off with one, and I think Fred Taylor.
Fred Taylor was my. I got two guys.
And I know you're not into football cards, but I pulled a signature Fred Taylor card.
Really?
Yeah. Old school guy. I like it.
The first pick ever of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Tony Baselli, offensive lineman, offensive lineman ain't sexy,
No.
but that's who when I think of the best Jaguars of all time, I got Baselli and Fred Taylor, either one.
Maurice Jones-Drew was fun to watch too.
Ooh, MJD was bad.
was
mother.
fun.
He was good.
Mighty Mouse.
Kansas City Chiefs. Done.
Which way you gonna go here?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, you gonna go him over Gonzalez?
Patrick Mahomes. And if you wanted to say Tony, I wouldn't object. But I mean,
Or Travis Kelce. I think
if you're taking Kelsey, you got to take Mahomes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to put Kelsey, if you're going to put a current guy over Tony, got to be Mahomes.
It's
I got
close.
Mahomes. I mean, it's like the Burrow thing. They fucking the whole franchise, man. It's just every game they play. I've seen a thing the other day. It was Priest Holmes.
Priest Holmes was
good.
special. He
Priest
was.
Holmes was real fucking good.
What about Larry Johnson?
Larry Johnson was good, but I wouldn't say he was a goat.
No,
But
he's fun.
he
He's fun
was-
for a
he
couple
was
years. To watch.
Really fucking good. This is a tough one.
Raiders.
Raiders. This one's going to surprise people, I think, because to me, everybody has Marcus Allen.
Yeah,
Who you got?
Marcus Allen.
You got Marcus Allen. I have Marcus Allen as my slash. I have this guy slash Marcus Allen. Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
I
Woodson
loved Charles Woodson. We said Jones Drew.
We said Jones Drew.
We said him. I don't think he was
Probably not the GOAT.
the GOAT.
But he was definitely fun to watch.
But he's top five Jaguar, I think. But yeah, I got Charles Woodson slash Marcus Allen. This one was a little. I won't say it's tough because I mean it's pretty easy. I wrote down my choice.
there
Pretty
could be a
fast.
few here, though.
But there's
sit and
other
thought.
guys, huh?
If you sit and thought, it could be a few
Oh
here.
yeah, there's some good ones,
Well,
but
and we'll talk about
Chargers.
I mean, Junior Seau. That's what, and
First jersey I ever had as a kid was Junior Seau. I
Well,
loved fucking
if,
Junior
if
Seau.
you want to talk about maybe some that we seen,
Garth, you don't have to apologize. We love you, man.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Tomlinson is my choice.
I mean, I really like Tomlinson. I really
fucking goat.
enjoyed watching
I'm
Tomlinson.
telling you, man, and I will beat this drum all fucking year long. Bijan reminds me so much of fucking LaDainian Tomlinson.
But I think a couple other goats you could go with is Phillip Rivers and Antonio Gates.
Exactly. And
I mean, I
I'm
really do.
totally with you. Phillip Rivers, Antonio Gates, Junior Seau, but I'm taking LT.
Yep, I agree.
Tomlinson was a fucking.
I agree.
He was so fucking good, even though he quit.
Oh, Rams.
Rams. This was a tough one. Rams. Who you got?
Marshall Faulk.
I also have Marshall Faulk.
Marshall
You
Faulk.
could take Orlando Pace. When I said earlier,
Yep.
Munoz arguably the best offensive lineman of all time.
But Pace probably.
Pace is right up there.
But if
Kurt
you want a little
Warner.
flashy, yeah.
Kurt Warner could be the best Ram, and there's old ones as well, like
Holt.
Eric Dickerson,
Torrey Holt.
Torrey Holt. There's so many good Rams, but Marshall Faulk, easy for me. Marshall Faulk.
Dolphins.
I didn't even write the Dolphins down.
Jesus.
Dolphins easy.
Look at who commented. That's your boy.
What fish? The catfish or
Yeah,
the dolphins?
no.
We are talking about the
You don't know
dolphins.
sports.
We are
You
talking
don't
about
know
the
sports.
dolphins right now.
Man, him's fishing after this.
He don't fish.
Dale?
He don't fish.
Tonight-
Everyone out there says he doesn't even
Well,
fish.
he has once this year.
Oh,
So
that
it's like-
tournament that dude,
yeah, that's
that
it.
dude carried him. They said
Yeah.
he didn't even catch a fish.
He didn't.
That's sad. That's
It
all right
is.
though. Hey, we all can't stay on our prime forever.
No.
I
Sometimes-
didn't even write the Dolphins down,
That
but
sucks.
that's how easy this one is.
Yeah.
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino.
Easy. I can't believe it.
But
didn't write
Ricky
that down.
Williams was fun. Fun to watch. Ricky was fun.
Yeah, but not a goat.
No.
I'd put Jason Taylor over him.
Probably.
Jason Taylor.
was-
Zach Thomas.
Zach Thomas was.
Zach Thomas. I loved watching
Zach
Zach
Thomas was fun.
play. Zach Thomas was.
You think Tyreek Hill will be there before we're done? Before he's done in 4 years?
I thought they said Tyreek was going to play one more year.
No, I think 3 this contract.
Really?
Yeah,
I
he's
thought
gonna,
it was
no,
2025.
he's going to play his contract out, I think.
Yeah, Sherwood. That's what I just said too. Sherwood. I would take Marino, but if I like right after Marino, I'd put Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas, something like that.
Thomas would be hard to get past. Big fan in linebackers. Vikings.
Vikings.
This one's tough.
This one's easy.
This one's tough.
This one's easy. But
Tough.
I did put 2.
Did you put 2?
I put 2, but it's easy.
Randy
I'm not-
Moss.
It's Randy Moss.
Randy Moss.
It's absolutely Randy Moss. But if like a hardcore Viking fan wanted to say that it was Chris Carter
Yeah.
or Adrian Peterson,
Yeah.
I get it. But it's fucking Randy Moss.
Man, Peterson was fun.
Peterson was a dog.
Peterson was fun to watch.
And he would go out and he'd run for
He was
200
bionicle.
yards.
Got hurt and
He
came
would,
back.
he would go run for 200 yards and then go home and beat his kids.
He would.
He's a dog.
He's a dog.
He's a fucking dog. man.
Literally.
He's a fucking dog. He'd rip
We
out
do not
fucking,
promote that, children.
He'd rip that switch right off the fucking tree and beat his kid's ass with it.
sometimes
We
you
do
gotta do what you
not
gotta do.
condone that here on Real and Roll.
Sometimes you got to do what you got
Spank
to
your
do.
kid's ass sometimes, but don't beat him, man. Don't fucking beat him.
Next. Patriots. Is this one hard at all?
No.
I think it's close though.
No,
I don't-
it's not.
it-
But what?
Hold on, time out.
What?
It's not close, but it's not like crazy far.
No, it is. Crazy far. There is nobody. There is nobody else that you could even
That's even close?
No.
Crazy.
No.
Crazy. There's a few. There really is.
There's a few people in here right now, and there is nobody that is going to say that this is close. No way. Dale wouldn't even say this, and he don't even know sports at all.
He don't.
He knows
love
Tom
him.
Brady.
I doubt it.
Well, I don't know. I bet he does. Dale, you know Tom Brady?
But if Brady's not there, who else you picking?
Oh God.
I mean, there's some. I mean,
Adam Vinatieri.
you could.
I mean, if you're putting Tucker
And, that would have been my one, or I mean my two. But I mean Richard Seymour, Teddy Bruschi. You know, what I mean there was some good dogs in too. But obviously Brady's one. I'm not, you know what I mean. But
obviously Tom Brady. Is.
but there's definitely some.
See, goat. He even knows Tom Brady.
Dale has a bunch of goats.
I love goats.
Could you imagine what he does to them?
He should open a petting zoo.
Well, I told him that.
I would come and pet the goats
See?
and shit. We'll put that. We'll market that. We'll put
We'll
that on
market
a
that.
cup. Real and Raw cup.
Dale's Family Farm.
Dale's Family Farm cups coming soon.
Yeah. I like it.
Saints. New Orleans Saints.
When the Saints go rolling in.
I think it's marching.
Who you
When
got?
the Saints.
Who you got?
When the Saints go
Is this one hard?
marching. No. Drew Brees.
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees, another guy that just on and off the field, it's just easy. Drew Brees he did everything for that franchise, especially after the hurricane. He came back in and did all that shit. Easy, Drew Brees. Easy peasy, Japanesey. New York Football Giants.
This one's tough.
No, it's not.
Wow.
You're tough. You're tough. It's tough for you. It's tough for you. Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor, hands down. Coke in his nose.
You know who my 1A would be?
Who?
Eli Manning.
I can't do it.
Really?
I've said so many times, if fucking Eli Manning's name was Dick Johnson, he wouldn't even been in the fucking league for more than 5 years. I've never been on Eli. I think he's okay. If you told me I couldn't have LT, I'd take Strahan.
Strahan for sure. Strahan's a good choice.
And I mean, if you like Eli, I get it.
I don't like
whatever.
Eli.
Oh, I know you
Yeah,
don't
you
like
know
him.
me.
But a lot of people think he's really good, and I was never an Eli fan. If his name was Dick Johnson, he wouldn't have been in the fucking league for 5 years.
Unless he's packing.
Well, I mean,
With a name like that and you're packing, you got to be in the league. I guarantee it.
Dick Johnson.
Guaranteed. Ain't no way. Jets. Jets. Jets.
You know, this one made me think a while.
This one sucks because it's mostly old people.
I went relatively, well, not new, but I didn't go with like Joe Namath.
Yeah, I don't blame
I
you.
didn't do that. I have two. Kenny McLean nails it. I got Revis.
Revis is a good pick.
I got Revis or Curtis Martin.
Them are the one two.
I loved Curtis
Me too.
Martin.
Me too. I like
Curtis Martin was good,
But
man.
I really liked Revis, baby. Revis Island.
You know who I loved as a Jet?
Who?
Chad Pennington.
Chad Pennington.
I love Chad Pennington,
I don't know
man.
why.
I don't either. He's about as good as Eli Manning. Your
Philadelphia Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles. This is interesting.
This one is.
Somebody asked earlier, what about Reggie White being a Packer?
Here it is.
Here is Reggie White. But I have a slash. I have Reggie White as the greatest Eagle of all time. But I have a slash. And if somebody said McNabb, I wouldn't argue that, but I wouldn't take him over fucking Reggie White.
No, I wouldn't take him over Reggie White, and I wouldn't take him over Brian Dawkins either.
I also have Brian Dawkins.
And to be honest, I
It's-
mean, and me as a Philly fan, McNabb's high, but you know who's
He's
just
high.
with him?
He's high.
Terrell Owens.
Ooh, T.O.
I mean, T.O. came to play. And
T.O. don't get love.
he don't.
T.O. does not get
And I mean,
love.
he came and he balled, and I mean it's hard not to have him. I mean, you got McNabb. I love McNabb. You know what I mean? Them was the reason why I liked Philly when them boys was there. They're the ones when I started it back in the days.
You know who else I love? Fantasy football wise back in the day? Little Brian Westbrook.
Oh yeah,
God, he was a PPR god.
He's a
in
little
fantasy.
dog.
You know, speaking of fantasy football, I've had a couple people ask why we have not talked about fantasy yet. We'll get to it. I feel like I don't. You don't play dynasty fantasy football, and I feel like the only fantasy football you should be worried about right now is dynasty. Like, we're going to do a redraft league. We're going to do a league, an ESPN league, just a regular for our podcast. So if you're listening and you want to play,
The
let us
real and
know.
raw.
Yeah, the Reel and Roll League. And we're going to give out a cool prize if somebody can beat me. Probably unlikely. But we're going to get to fantasy later on. We're going to give you our starts and sits, and we're going to do some draft shit.
I like it.
Plus, I'm still trying to talk Barker and Brian Hucks and Aaron Arms and all those guys. They do a wonderful fantasy football show right here in this studio that we're at, the fucking Back Row Fantasy Show.
Those shirts won't say.
So I'm trying to. Them guys need to come back and do their show on a regular basis. They can give you all your
yeah.
fantasy advice.
They can dive right in on
They
that fantasy.
can dive right in on all the fantasy advice. But we're going to hit on fantasy later on. It's just too early for it. It's just too early for just regular leagues. Like I said, I'm in dynasty leagues and I do a lot of shit now, but it's too early just for regular leagues.
No, this one's you.
My
You.
Pittsburgh Steelers. You know what I was going to bring?
What?
I was actually going to bring my TJ Watt autograph mini helmet and set right there,
You should.
but so it's more homey. I mean, I got my wife, my wife's cup right here, so I mean that kind of makes me happy. But I need it to be more homey. I need me a little. Look at Sherwood. Fucking.
He's already mine.
Sherwood's
He's
got.
been waiting.
Sherwood's got a list of
That,
25.
that boy's
fucking
been
people.
waiting since we picked the first guy. I guarantee it.
Listen, once again, the
Sherwood.
greatest Steeler of all time is probably Mean Joe Green.
Probably Mean Joe Green.
And if somebody wants to say Terry Bradshaw, that's fine too. But it's not mine. My favorite, my goat of the Pittsburgh Steelers is Big Ben Roethlisberger.
You know he's my two.
Slash
He's my two.
Troy Polamalu.
He's my one.
And Hines Ward is right there too,
He's
because
my
there was
one.
nobody I liked watching more than Hines.
Joey Porter.
I love Joey Porter.
Love watching
I
Mr.
can't-
Joey. That trash talking.
I hope his boy talks as much
Me
shit
too.
as he does.
Me too. God, I love it. Here we go. 49ers.
I'm still trying to read Sherwood's fucking list. It's 40.
My God.
It's 40.
He picked
deep.
13 people.
49ers. I mean, to me, this is like two people.
Yeah.
It's one of two people.
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice, Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
Jerry Rice, Joe Montana.
Bang, bang.
Somebody said the bus. Dennis Church said the bus. I like the bus.
I like the buzz.
I thought the bus was good.
Still got that helmet?
Yeah.
Do? I didn't know if you did or not. I know you tried to poke around and get rid of it a couple times. Seattle, your wife's team.
My wife's Seahawks. My wife would tell you DK Metcalf.
Would you really?
She loves fucking DK
John Wall
Metcalf.
chiming in there. I like it.
She loves DK.
Heath Miller,
man.
Garth Rose with the Steelers. I like that.
I love Heath.
He's way better than Pat Frymuth right now.
love-
Way better.
I loved Heath Miller.
Way better.
I love me
He
some
probably
Heath.
was a top 5 tight end.
I had to think about Seattle a little bit because a lot of people will honestly say Russ.
I didn't have Russ.
See, I don't have Russ either. To me, it's Bobby Wagner. I
I got Bobby Wagner too.
If you got Cam or you got Richard Sherman,
I got Sherman 1.
See, I think it's Bobby.
I got Sherman
I think it's
1.
Bobby Wagner.
I got Sherman 1.
I won't argue that.
And another one that you couldn't miss out,
Look
Sean
who's
Alexander.
here, Raj Harder.
Holy shit, Raj Harder's in the building, boys.
Raj Harder's here.
And Sean Alexander's a good choice.
Sean
he was fun to
Alexander's
watch.
good. I can't. Steve Largent, if you
Yeah.
like the older ones, probably. But yeah, I got Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner he's the fucking engine of that. I'm so happy he's back in Seattle.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay, it's two guys to me.
Ooh.
Two guys,
Offense, defense.
both defense.
Ooh.
Who you got?
Derek Brooks.
Derek Brooks, Seminole.
Who's your next one?
Warren Sapp.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Warren
That's
Sapp.
a good one.
Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks.
You know who I had offense? Mike Allstott.
I love. Hey,
Hey, that's a good choice.
no argument.
That's a good
from
choice.
Fucking Mike
Oh,
Allstott.
Mike Allstott.
Mike Allstott was.
That dude was a bruiser.
Everyone loves Mike Allstott.
That dude was a bruiser.
He was a bad mother. But no, I got Derek Brooks and Warren Sapp.
I like it. I like it. Tennessee Titans. Your top 5 coach, Tennessee Titans. Who you got? God, he loves this team.
This, I'm trying to think who they had. The list that I seen.
Fullback love.
Who in the hell did they have?
You know who comes to my mind?
Who?
I mean, the easy pick ever I seen, like they had Bruce Matthews.
Bruce Matthews, another one of the linemen, one of the best of all time.
But
I know who I have, but I can't. I'm trying to think of who the list I had, who they had, and I totally didn't agree with it.
I like me a little Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson was good, but I can't say he was so fucking good.
I love me some Chris Johnson.
He was so, Warren Moon would be good
Warren
because
Moon's a good one.
technically that is the Titans franchise. I have Steve McNair.
I mean, there's a good choice.
I have Aaron McNair.
Aaron McNair, baby.
Steve McNair was a bad mother. But honestly, if you want to say Derrick Henry's
He's been it.
Derrick Henry's fucking carried that fucking.
Yep. He's backpacked the whole team last few years.
Derrick Henry's getting the fucking ball and
35 times
you
a game.
still can't fucking stop him. He's a dog. But really like Chris Johnson. But to me, it's Steve McNair.
The Washington football team. Is this one tough?
Last team. You know what? I had to think about this for a while because I wanted to do someone a little younger and I couldn't. Daryl Green,
Really?
corner. Daryl Green.
It's not who I had.
Who you got? Because I'm interested in this one.
Sean Taylor.
Didn't do it enough.
I know, but I mean,
I ain't gonna argue with you over that because he would have probably been. I think Sean Taylor would have been Tanny Hill. Art Monk, Raj, that'd be a good one for Washington. I couldn't do Sean Taylor. He just didn't. He wasn't there long enough. Obviously not his choice. But
Clint Portis was fun.
I think Sean Taylor would have been the greatest safety of all time.
Arguably could be.
He was so fucking good, and I hated him. It's like Ed Reed. I fucking hated all these guys from the U. I'm a Seminoles fan, man. But they're
They was dogs.
I loved Miami.
That's what I said, Mo.
I loved Miami, the Miami Hurricanes when they had all that swag and they talked and they came out and fucking they were all thugs and they talked all this shit and they were good. It was entertaining.
It was.
And now they suck and it's just like, you're trash. Go away.
They're still entertaining.
That's it. That's the goats.
Slinging the necklace around.
That's the fucking goats.
I like
man.
it. That was good. That was fun. That was really fun.
Now it's time for everyone's favorite fucking part of the show. I had people asking the other day.
Really?
I had people ask the other day, what food are we going to do for the food draft? And we didn't know.
We
And
didn't. It took a minute.
I actually asked some people on my live the other day. I said, what do you guys want us to do? And I got a lot of good requests. Somebody said ice cream flavors, Little Debbie cakes. Shit, I don't even remember. Gatorade and Powerade flavors.
I like that.
They did a lot of them. They had a lot of them. But
We
ended up-
appreciate that.
Exactly. And eventually we will do these. Like I said, I got a list.
And sometimes maybe we'll take an option and go live here with it.
Den's number one is pizza. Well, I mean, I'll eat pizza any day of the week. I love pizza. So we decided to go with side dishes. Everyone likes a good side dish. Now, I'll be honest. I told him the other day, I said, I'm a meat guy. I would rather have meat with a side of meat.
I get that. I respect that.
But, I mean, I like sides.
But is there like, see, I like sides a lot. Like if I'm not going to a restaurant. I didn't go to
See you, Garth.
Longhorn. See you, bro. I didn't go to like Longhorn and there was another one that I didn't go. I don't go to a lot in Chillicothe because they don't have good sides. You know what I mean? I don't want to go get something and
I gotcha.
I'm not a big like coleslaw fan, and you know what I mean? I'm
not either.
Not eating that shit.
Not
You know what I
either.
mean? I want something that goes good with my steak. So
There's a couple on here that I'm going to have to clarify if this would be considered a side or not.
okay.
But we'll go ahead and get into it, and I'll ask when it comes up on. Because maybe you'll take one of these. Maybe you'll already in your mind consider this a side.
Yeah, I might have one.
Yeah, so we'll just go. Side dish draft. Who's got the first pick? You or me?
You.
I got the first pick. This is a tough choice. I feel like there's two premium side dishes, but I cannot pass up with the number one pick in the side dish draft.
No.
Den Carter selects mashed potatoes.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not expect you going there.
Really?
I didn't. I did not expect you going there.
Really? Oh, I
Really?
love
With
mashed
all the
potatoes.
cheese you went last week. No way.
It's my
Did
number
I
2.
expect you to go mashed potatoes?
It's one of the 2, man.
So I get 2 picks.
You get the next 2.
I'm going mac and cheese.
Obviously, mac and cheese. To me, it's one of them 2. Number 1, macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes. But I went with mashed potatoes. I love mashed potatoes.
I won this.
Probably.
My next one, I'm going cheesy fries.
That was my 2 and 3.
Cheesy fries with bacon.
That was my French fries as a
Yeah,
whole.
yeah.
That was my 1, 2, 3. Mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, French fries. Okay. Let me clarify one.
Look at that. I had Dingo. See?
Hey.
He pulled a curveball on us, baby.
I pulled a curve. I went elsewhere. I listened to I listened to the scouting report. Okay, now I got a question. I'm gonna need your help. Who's ever watching this?
And don't just pick with him because he's a fucking homer.
Is bread items considered a side dish?
It's like an extra.
You're saying no.
Like rolls is an extra.
See, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Like
No,
rolls
is an extra.
biscuits,
Yeah, no, them are extras.
cornbread.
That should be like extra you
Them are
get.
extra. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm
A
fine with
little
that.
extra you get.
I'm
Us
fine
fat
with
boys
that.
appreciate that extra.
I'm fine with that. I had a
What's your
question
favorite
mark.
bread though? Like
Well, it depends where I'm at.
have you been like the Outback where they I don't know if they ain't been there forever, like serve you the whole loaf or whatever and you cut your own up?
It depends where I'm at.
Extras. I like it.
Like obviously, Cane's, the bread is outstanding.
Yep.
If I go to somewhere and they got wonderful cornbread, I love
Yep.
fucking
It's hard to
cornbread.
be a good cornbread. And I'm not a cornbread fan.
If you go to Old Reds in Gatlinburg, I told somebody this the other day and they still didn't listen to me and get it, but I told them Old Reds in Gatlinburg has the best cornbread you will ever have in your life. It's so good. All right, with my second choice, and that's crazy because I got to go with another potato. This is going to be all potatoes.
No, it's
for
fine.
me.
I get it.
Baked potato.
I get it. I mean, that
I
was on one of my lists.
love baked potato. I had me one last night. I love a good baked potato. Sherwood is crescent rolls. Trust me, Sherwood eats more crescent rolls than anyone I've
Really?
ever met in my life. Every day he tells me what he's going home to eat. Every day it's something with a crescent roll.
So I'm going to go here, something I know you probably don't like. But I'm going to go with green beans.
Green beans. I love green
Do you?
beans.
Do you? Yeah, it's surprising. I like green beans. I like them with a little bit of beef base in them.
Now my next choice,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of a lot. If local people is going to understand this,
Mm-hmm.
people that are not from around here is not,
Oh.
because I remember when my wife came here, and she went to dinner at my mom's house, and we had noodles / dumplings, and she's like, "You guys eat noodles, like chicken and noodles as a side?" And I mean, if you go to Cracker Barrel, dumplings is a side. Noodles / dumplings.
Noodles is a side?
Yeah, like butter noodles, or like if you have like a dinner, you guys
Like
don't.
chicken noodles?
Yeah, or just plain noodles, like butter noodles. You don't eat noodles.
What is butter noodles?
You just like a fucking pack of noodles. Just cook it in some chicken broth.
Oh,
They're good.
yeah. I
Noodles.
mean, my dad likes beef noodles, like you in the beef broth.
Oh, I eat any kind of noodle. Like you
But
can
I
make
like-
chicken.
but I
noodles.
like chicken noodles.
You can make beef noodles, but you can.
But
just
I just
take,
wouldn't. I don't know. I've never seen it as a side.
You
So
can take a pack of fucking noodles. But there we go, Dennis Shirt. Goat.
Yeah, I've never had 'em. I've never had 'em.
Yeah, just get you a pack of butter noodles and
Like the egg noodles and roll 'em up? I mean,
just
boil 'em?
boil them in chicken broth. Fucking delicious.
I mean, it's kind
fucking
of like
delicious.
kind of like ramen noodles.
It's kind of like, yeah, I mean, not really, but maybe. But yeah, I love me some butter noodles.
I'm gonna go with I think this is a good pick, which I like them, but a side salad.
Chicken noodles it can be both. It can be both. If you go to Cracker Barrel right now, chicken and dumplings is a main course and a side.
That's clutch. I'm gonna go with side salad. I like salad. I mean, I'm very picky on
I'm
it.
not a salad guy, but it's a good choice.
Yep, I'm very picky on my salad, so I like a little bit of egg in it, boiled egg, croutons, ranch. Very picky. I like the dark green lettuce.
Yeah, I don't really know much about salad. Look at me. I don't eat fucking salad.
I mean, I'm
Go on.
300 pounds, bro, but I eat salad.
Corn on the cob.
Corn on the cob. I'd love to watch you eat that.
Dude, I eat it the long way.
Do you? Knob first, baby.
Oh, shit.
I think I'm gonna finish here. I think with what I like. They're not bad. I'm gonna go with baked beans.
See, baked beans I put on my list, but I don't like them.
They're okay. I like them,
I mean, I've had some that are all right.
but it ain't something I'm getting much of.
Bull. Do you say bull?
He says boil like
Do you
me.
say bull?
boil?
No, you said it right.
Boil?
My wife says bull.
Bull?
She says
Boil?
bull. Got to change the oil in my car.
Got to change the oil.
All right.
Boil? 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 Boil?
I got another question. Is hash browns a side?
No, it's extra. It's bread.
God, what the fuck you talking about? Ain't bread, hash browns, potatoes.
Oh, potato. No, yeah. That's not a side.
That's not a side. Hash browns is not a side.
Yeah, I guess it could be. I guess it could be like breakfast.
See, this is what I was. See, I was telling my wife this.
Yeah, I guess
we were
it could
talking about
be.
this. See, I
You're
wondered
not
about
wrong.
bacon. Like when you
I
go
don't-
to the truck stop and get a breakfast, the sides are bacon and sausage. I left those off, but I thought those
that
could
is
have
kind of
been.
weird. You're right. You're not wrong.
Okay, since we're not, well, I would have taken hash browns.
You can take hash browns.
John Wall says 100. I'm going to go.
I think
with
a hash brown
brown
is. I think it is.
All right, I'm going to go hash brown.
I think hash brown is.
I love fucking hash browns.
Yeah, I like them. I like them dipped in the
love hash
gravy.
brown. I love hash browns. Do you have any more? M&M's is a damn candy bar.
She might not be wrong. She's onto something.
Did you have any more?
I didn't.
I had one more that I really like, and the only place I really eat it is when I go to Cracker Barrel. Fried apples.
Yeah.
Have you ever had those?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I like them though better without cinnamon in them.
they're fucking good.
I don't like when they pour too much cinnamon in it,
If
and I'm
you-
not a big cinnamon
Oh
fan.
man, I love fucking fried apples.
What about like cottage cheese?
My wife, when I was making my list last night, she's like, "You're not going to put See, I don't like sweet
Me
potatoes.
neither.
And my
Me
wife
neither.
loves sweet potatoes. Dennis Church, that's a good one. I love, for as picky as I am, I fucking love cottage cheese.
Really?
Yes.
I would never guess you like that.
See, I feel like peach cobbler. I
Peach
feel
cobbler, that's like a dessert.
That's a dessert.
That's good, though.
Desserts are coming.
Desserts are coming.
Desserts are fucking coming. Maybe next week.
Nice.
But yeah, see, I love See, that's an app. That's an app, John Wall.
That's an app.
We did appetizers last week, bro.
That's an app.
Last week,
Let me tell you, you
bro.
can't ever go wrong with mozzarella cheese sticks.
You got anything else for this show?
Not really. I mean, you got some wrestling.
Listen. I've had and I apologize if you do not like this. I mean, the show's kind of almost over anyway. But I've had a couple people message me and like, how have you done 2 lives already? And like your last 3 or 4 shows, you guys haven't talked about wrestling at all. If you guys don't know me that well, I love wrestling.
You're not wrong, Cole.
Hey, you can have no. You're absolutely not wrong. But we haven't talked wrestling
That
at all.
sauce is trash, or would.
My wife loves the sauce.
That is trash.
She loves
Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's warm.
She loves it.
Sometimes it's spaghetti sauce, sometimes it's chili, sometimes it's hot dog sauce.
It's all the same. You can use it. It's
You never know. It's universal.
it's utility.
It is.
It's
It's
utility.
universal. Do whatever you need to with it.
This is a big weekend for wrestling. Big weekend of wrestling. WWE Saudi Arabia pay-per-view is Saturday. If you're a wrestling fan, pay attention to that because it'll be on at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, not 8 o'clock. Don't miss it. I'm excited for like 3 matches of this. It's cold chilling.
Sometimes it's hot. That's what I mean. They don't know what's going on. That's the problem.
Have you paid attention to wrestling
Yeah, a
recently?
little bit. A little bit. Me and Leroy follows through. We
Are
don't
you
get to watch them
Are you
Monday, but
excited at all for this pay-per-view?
I'm not.
You're not at all?
not.
There's 3 matches that I'm excited for. I don't give a shit about Bianca and Asuka. It's
No.
just rinse, recycle, repeat. It's the same fucking shit over and over and over again. I'm just tired of it. I'm excited for nice and chunky. I'm excited for
Take my semen.
Seth and AJ.
I like that. That'll be
I'm
a good one.
excited for Seth and AJ.
That'll
I
be a good
think
one.
I think that's going to be a really good fucking match. I think it's for the new title. I think it's going to be a banger. Them two are going to fucking light it up. It's going to be really good. But and I really thought at first I thought that it should have been Seth. I love Seth.
I love Seth.
I love Seth. I thought it should have been Seth winning. But now he ain't been on Raw for 3 weeks in a row because he's out filming a fucking movie, a Marvel movie. And it's like, are we really doing this now? And I mean, I get it. These guys ain't going to be able to wrestle forever. I mean, I think The Rock is honestly the biggest star in the world.
Yeah.
And I mean, it all starts somewhere. It started in wrestling. So these guys are obviously trying to make money elsewhere. But are you really going to create this new belt just because you don't want Roman to lose? And Roman's getting ready to supposedly take a little break. So you make another world championship, and are you really going to give it to Seth?
I think so.
If he's already fucking now starting to film
think
movies
so.
and shit. AJ's a stud.
Oh, for sure.
That's why I think this match is going to be fucking great.
It's gonna
because
be a
they're
banger.
both studs.
Yeah, it's going to be a banger.
So I'm not I want Seth to win it because he's one of my favorites. But if they give it to AJ, AJ's going to be there every week
Every week he shows
wrestling. So I mean,
up. And Seth has been too, besides the last few.
yeah, I know. And now it's time for this fucking new
Yeah.
title. And the last 3 weeks you ain't been on Raw because you're
I agree.
filming a movie.
But maybe it's only going to be a month or 2 months worth
Well, I
of movie.
hope, but you know, one leads to another.
Yep.
A lot of times, and like I said, I get it. These guys got to make money wherever they can.
But I'm happy with the belt on either guy. I
I
really
am
am.
too.
I
I
really
am too.
am.
Either way. Oh yeah, you don't like AJ? See, I love AJ. I mean, Seth's
liked
one of
AJ
my
for a
favorites,
while.
but I love AJ.
He's a good guy or a good bad guy.
He does it all.
You know what I mean?
He does it. Every,
really is.
He's like Seth.
Yeah.
And Seth's the same. He's like they're both elite.
Yeah.
But either way, I think it's going to be a really good match, and either one of them is going to have a nice title reign. Cody and Brock. I'm excited for this one. I mean, I am because I love Cody. And then I read that I'm sure with fucking he just wants Baron Corbin to get a match.
Trash.
I read the other day, and it made so much sense. And it like, wow, if they did that, that would be such a good fucking idea. They said they never said why Brock turned on Cody and why he's attacking him. And I read that a lot of people think that Triple H is the one that sent Brock to beat up on Cody, and they're going to put Triple H in like that Mr. McMahon type role.
That'd be cool.
That would be amazing.
That would be cool.
Have him, because he can't wrestle.
No, yeah.
Trips can't wrestle. He almost died. He's not going to. But he's so good. If you had him on camera every week in that
and making
authority
him the bad
role
guy.
and making him
Yep.
the bad guy, he can't wrestle, but he could get hit with shit every once in a while.
Or he could
can't
stand
get in
toe
the
to toe
ring.
with Cody. You know how high Cody's already up there. But
Remember-
it's just going to skyrocket him to the top.
When Cody smashed
Yep.
the throne on
Yep.
AEW, Triple
Yep.
H's throne, that would be such a good fucking story for him to do. Do I believe it's going to happen?
Probably not.
Probably not.
You know why? Because anytime you have good ideas and everyone says it, it's like it never freaking works.
Never fucking LA Knight. He's fucking one of the most
Yeah.
over wrestlers in the fucking company.
Overrated.
And they put him with fucking Rick
Yeah, talk
Boogs
to
for
me.
a week. Dumber than fuck. But I'm excited, especially if they end up doing something like that with Triple H. I think that could be nice. And then the Roman and Solo versus Sammy and Kevin. Listen, I love the bloodline.
Yeah.
I love everyone in the bloodline. Every time, like I wanted Cody to beat Roman. As soon as Roman win, what'd I do?
Threw it up the one,
Threw
baby.
it up, I fucking won, because that's what we do. But I'm over it. They're making the Usos look stupid now. And it's like week after week
And
after week
they're
after
making the
week.
Usos look weak now.
Yeah,
I
and I
mean,
don't
like
like
they're
that.
afraid to do anything or say
the-
anything.
They're one of the greatest tag
They're
teams
one of
of
the
all
best
time.
tag teams.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I think this might be the weekend something finally happens.
Something needs to happen.
I think Solo is going to turn on Roman,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't know if it's
I
actually going to be
hope he
this
turns on
week.
Roman and goes with Usos.
That's what I hope.
hope.
That's what I hope too.
That's what makes the best sense.
But
what do we know?
This whole pay-per-view, other than that, like I said, Bianca and Asuka don't really give a shit. Rhea and Natty, love Rhea, don't give
Mommy.
a shit. I don't even remember who else is on this. Gunther and Mustafa Ali. There's no fucking chance they have Gunther lose the fucking title to Mustafa Ali. I don't give a shit where they're doing this pay-per-view at. Then we move on to Sunday. What do you think? What's the opposite? Reading comments. What my wife? She you think that Roman's gonna turn on Solo? What do you think's gonna happen?
No, she thinks they're going to turn on the Usos, maybe.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, probably. Well, they've been teasing that, but last week when Roman bumped Solo, and they kind of stopped and they kind of stared at each
Yeah.
other. Something's going on there. But then we move on to Sunday. AEW kills pay-per-views. They just knock every one of them out of the damn park. AEW. This is the least excited I have ever been for an AEW pay-per-view.
Really?
Not at all. The only match I'm excited for, and I think it's going to be fucking amazing, is the Elite, the Bucks, Kenny, and Hangman versus the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah.
Brian Danielson.
That'll be a banger.
Mox, Wheeler
Yeah.
Yuta, and Claudio. I think that match is going to be fucking
Ratchers, dude.
crazy.
Oh, right.
I think that match is going to be so good.
Where's he been at?
I don't know. I ain't talked to him really.
Kind of disfigured.
The championship 4-way match. I love MJF. Don't tell me, babe. I got a recording. I love MJF. His whole title run has just been underwhelming. He hasn't done
You know,
shit.
when he got it, it was like high of the high.
Yeah.
And now it's like,
What the hell have they done? They haven't done nothing.
nothing.
And you got him in the main event at Double or Nothing against Darby Allin. I like Darby
Yeah.
Allin. I like Darby
But
Allin.
they've dragged that on forever.
Darby Allin, Jungle Boy, and Sammy Guevara.
Yeah.
And I like all these guys.
For mid wrestlers.
For fucking mid-card titles.
Yeah.
You're putting the main event, them three guys and MJF in the main event.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
I just do not like that at all. I obviously think MJF's going to win the match. I mean, it might be a good match, but I feel like AEW really dropped the ball with this pay-per-view. Adam Cole and Chris Jericho. I think that will be a really good match. Adam Cole is rumored to be the next opponent for MJF for the title.
It'll be a good one.
He'll win the belt.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's time. Adam Cole was so fucking over.
He was hot
people
one time.
love. He's so good.
He was so up there. He was
He's
so big.
so good. The rest of the pay per view, I just not really good. Tony Storm and Jamie Hayter. Is that it? Tony Storm and Jamie Hayter. That's okay. Average. Fucking Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal against FTR.
Jared does come out there every week and battle.
Dude, Jeff Jarrett. I
know you
said
gave him a little
on Facebook that night. It just blows me away that Jeff Jarrett at his age comes out week after week. He's not a fucking part-time guy.
No.
He's in his 60s and he comes out there week after week and wrestles and at such a high level. He's really one of the fucking goats that doesn't get enough credit. But I'm not excited about it. It'll be a good match.
It'll be a
Him
good
and Jay
match.
Lethal and FTR, that'll be a good match, but I'm not excited about it. The 21, I like battle royals.
Yeah.
They're having a 21, I think it's a 21-man battle royal for
Always
Orange
like those.
Cassidy's title. That'll be okay.
It'll be good, probably.
It's just, it'll end up being a good pay-per-view because AEW puts good pay-per-views. But just the build-up to this one, I haven't
Kinda
gotten
flat.
into it. It's been flat.
Kind of flat. I get it.
And like I said,
But sometimes wrestling's a roller coaster.
and I'm really over. I'm over the
Sometimes
MJF.
wrestling's a roller coaster.
I'm over the MJF title reign.
That's it.
That's it. That's all my wrestling I got.
I like it.
You got anything else?
I don't. Hour and 30 minutes. It was a fun, exciting.
That was good.
Glad everybody comments, gets on here.
Yeah, we appreciate everyone that tuned in, everyone that will come back and watch.
And
or
eventually,
listen.
hey, giveaways are happening. They're in the works. Talking about people that's commenting, that's liking, subscribing,
Go subscribe to YouTube
and share it.
and please
Share it. Talk to people about it. I mean, that help us help you.
Get the word out. You know, eventually we don't want to have to come over here every time and use Barker's studio.
No,
I mean, eventually
I don't want to bug him.
We're going exactly. I don't want to have him come up every time in his robe and bring us cupcakes.
He's chubbed up half the time.
He is. But Dale's ready to fish. He's
ready.
like, it's finally over.
Now time to fish.
All right, boys and girls. Till next time. What I'm going to hope. I don't know. I ain't talked to you about dates. I'm going to try to. I would like for us to do a show Tuesday. if possible.
It just have to be after baseball.
Well, like I said, I work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So, I mean, if not, it'll have to be late. All right, boys and girls, that's it. Till next time. See you.
I mean, it could be like a 9 o'clock.